Hey, welcome back. We're going to be installing this today. Going to be installing in my red Honcho SCX6. I already just went ahead and took the body off. That's this one, guys. I wanted to get you guys up close so I didn't have to mess around with the camera situation. I already got the motor out, got the motor plate on. I did Loctite these 4 screws, but that's what we're going to be installing today. It's super easy, guys. This is that's the plate that you need, or adapter. It's the part number there. And if you're wondering, here's the part number on the motor. I've already had someone comment and say their buddy had a heating issue. I honestly didn't get to try it enough to see if that happens to mine or not. So I plan on trying to run this tomorrow. I'm thinking after we install it. I'm actually going to run my tan one, not this one. Just want to show you guys the install. I've already did it on the Jeep, and yeah, I had a bunch of issues with that, guys. That was not fun. Not fun at all. Anyhow, basically take this off. It's 3 bolts. Just set them to the side. Hope this one don't give me issues like the Jeep did. And just take the cover off. That way you can get to your receiver box in here. You just want to unplug some wires. And you also need to get your ESC unplugged or unbolted. Now the ESC bolts you won't need. You can put them with the ESC somewhere. You don't need that. That's what's nice about this system, guys. I really like the system, the 2-in-1s. No, it's not for everyone. It's just something I'm used to. I've bought multiple times and have really good luck with. I don't recommend pulling on them wires, guys. Sometimes these newer ones, they get stuck in there pretty good. Just take a pair of needle nose pliers, wiggle it around, and then it'll come out. I've already pulled on them and pulled the whole thing out of the plastic piece. I don't know what you guys want to call that stuff. And it's just a rat's nest in here. Of course, the wire that you need way on the bottom. It's the second one, guys. They'll say throttle on it. For some of you that don't know that. I found it best just to wiggle and lightly pull at the same time. I've had pretty good luck with that. Yeah, guys, that's it's almost done already. Like, it's super easy. Now you probably will need a torch to get the pinion off. I know on the other two it was the exact same. You want to take these 3 bolts out. There's one here, and one here. The 2 end ones are Loctited. I just find it best to. Some of that Loctite's actually still wet, guys. I got a little bit of blue Loctite on my finger. But anyhow, I take the plate off. This is the plate. And again, I don't know what to do with all the grease inside there. It's all over the slipper clutch. Like, that's not good. I'll come around and show you. So that way I know you're getting a good view of this. It's just, they have a pack full of grease. It's hard to see in here. I'm not going to move the camera around 20 times just to get you guys a good view, but there's a bunch of grease in there. And that's it, guys. Motor comes out. Got everything right here. And this sits underneath, sits under there, sits under the bracket like that. Just take a flat screwdriver, wiggle it off. I already went ahead and did that, so I didn't have to mess around. And you will be needing that bracket. Just unplug your motor wires. Get your motor wires out of there. You will be reusing this. You'll need this to cover up your receiver box. So you just put that to the side. Then you can work on this. I find it best just to take the ESC. I just find it best just to unplug the ESC. That way not everything's dangling around. There's grease all over. Wow, guys, I don't know why they do that. I don't get the purpose of that. That makes no sense to me. And yeah, you probably just have to take a torch. I have mine right here. So just take that torch, and I just heat up the end of this. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that one's frozen on there. But the other two were as well. Not sure why they do that. Try to get you guys a view. I just had my torch setting on low, and I just heat up the pinion, the shaft. Well, I should say the motor shaft, not the pinion. All you're trying to do, guys, is just loosen up the Loctite. You just hold it there for a couple minutes. Get yourself a flat screwdriver, and it pops right off. I wouldn't recommend touching that right off the bat. A little warm. So then you take these two screws out, or two bolts. I don't reuse the washers that they put on there. I'll show you guys once I get this off. Yeah, guys, on the Jeep, the bottom bolt. No, this would be the top bolt. The bottom bolt actually snapped off. That's why I just said heck with it. I'm not going to record that one. I had a heck of a time. I did get it out, and everything's fine. But now you're done with this, and you're done with this. Just throw that out of your way. That's a brand new system, guys. Never used that yet. Here's the bolts. They are a tad longer. I do think I know in the last two, I ended up using the shorter bolt. And I didn't use the washer. I'll show you the bolts I use. I already got a case here. I ended up using the M5x8. Or is it the M5x12? Sorry guys, I looked at the wrong one. M4x8. Yeah, so you need M4x8. It's just a touch shorter, and the reason for that is because it doesn't tighten down. Whatever I just did with that. Come around to this side. That way, you guys, I want to make sure you guys get a view. It's just a little bit shorter. Just put Loctite on it, and it should be fine. I'll try to show you here real quick. And like I said, it comes with 2 of these washers. It comes with 2 of those, but I don't use them. So now you're ready to put this one to the motor. I think you can either clock it so the wire is that way, which I like everything running with the wiring anyhow, or you can clock it this way. I know you can't get these straight up and down just because of how the mounting holes are. So I'm just going to do it how I did my other ones. And I'm sticking with the stock pinion, guys. So let me get these bolts started and I'll show you. Get some Loctite on them bolts. I do recommend that. Bear with me, guys. Just doing something off camera here. I want to get one started and I want to show you. Because even with the washer on the original bolt, it bottomed out. It's just a touch too long. I'm just showing you how it'll bottom out. Yeah. Let me come around and show you. The bolt's just a touch too long, guys. Might be kind of hard to see. See the washer moving? And that's tight, guys. I have it as tight as it'll go. So you just have to use a smaller bolt. And this is just for the SCX6 installation. I don't know if any other ones are the same. You guys will have to let me know in the comments. I've only installed in the SCX6 so far. All 3 of them, actually. A little bit of Loctite on, snug everything up. Come back here and view. I just give it a good snug. I don't go crazy, but I just give it a good snug. And your pinion should be dry by then. Well, this is probably, it should go on still. Yeah. The other one, guys, there was a lot of Loctite in there. And I just took a drill bit, or if you have a small screwdriver of some sort, and just kind of scratch it out of there. That way, when you're going back together or have to pull it back off, it's not so hard to do. And what I do here, guys, I don't tighten this up yet. I get it in place, and I take my screwdriver and I line up the pinion with the spur. I want to make sure it's even on both sides. And then you can tighten up your grub screw. You can go in and Loctite this. I'm going to take my chances on this one. I don't plan on running it that much. That's pretty much it then, guys. You're ready to set it back in. Clean off the grease the best you can. And pretty much go back together. You can Loctite these bolts back up. I don't think I'm going to. I did on my other 2 guys, but I'm not going to do it on this one. I don't plan on running this one a whole lot. I'm going to keep this one as a shelf queen. Just give them a good snug though. They're pretty beefy bolts. And then just be careful with the one in the middle here, because it's just going in the plastic, guys. You don't want to over tighten that. Give it a little bit of a snug. And basically, guys, put your wiring back together. Yeah, I just keep that to the side. And the plug, I'm gonna mount my plug on the side over here. I already have two-sided tape on there. That way I can get to the programming port. This easier for me. So I'll get this back all in here. Sorry if you can't see nothing. It's really, you're not missing out on anything here. It's just it's really tight, guys. You gotta get all the wiring back in this little rubber thing. And I find it easier just to pull it out, get the wiring in. It can be tedious, guys. Just be patient with it. It takes a little bit of time for me. Basically, you want to make sure you're not getting anything pinched in there. You don't want that. Yeah, this fought me on the last one too, guys. I had trouble getting this back in. That's basically their way of sealing it. It's not bad. And then, guys, this yellow plug, let me come around. This yellow plug, hope you can see it now. Where did I go with it? So this yellow plug is for your drag brake on the fly. Now I'm using my stock transmitter and I don't have that extra channel for it. So I'm going to leave it unplugged. But if you have the channel, the extra channel, if you plug that in, and you can set your remote to adjust that on the fly, which is super nice. I do like that feature. I'm just not going to mess around with my other remote right now. I want to keep it on the stock transmitter. And you plug it back in where you unplug your ESC. Just tuck your wires in there, guys. Make sure nothing's getting pinched in there. You put your cover back on. Just make sure nothing's getting smashed up or anything. Looks good to me. You take them bolts I told you to put to the side. Oop, I still have one in here. I forgot. It fell. That one actually is in a weird spot. I always have a little magnet, guys. I keep a little magnet close by. That's easy to get it out then. It was actually stuck down in there, guys. And I just hand tighten all this as soon as I find my tools. Mainly the front one. Just snug it down. Then the other two, I'll probably just use a gun just to snug it up. I don't recommend it, guys. I just do it though. I'm used to the gun that I use, so I pretty much know when to stop, and then I check over it anyhow. You can easily strip the threads right out of this. Doesn't take much. I can almost tell when it's getting to that point. Yeah, see, I still have to turn it a little bit. That's pretty much it, guys. Mount this, put it where you want it, which I'm going to put it about right here. Looks good to me. Wiring, I'll just zip tie up here. And then the battery wire, I just tuck it in here a little bit and zip tie it. I just leave enough out to where I can plug in both sides. I have to use an adapter because of the battery. Let me grab my controller. Alright, got the controller. I just went ahead and paused the video because I actually had to put batteries in it. So we can power it on. It does beep, but you can barely hear it. I'm not going to mess with the programming. That's really a nice crawl there. Super smooth. Pretty sure it has that matching on it already. That's as slow as I can get to go. Yeah, the RPM thing is already set for the FOC. You'll have to play around with it, guys, and see if it gets hot. I'll have to crawl around with it. And then these are the bolts I took out of the body. They're just 2 bolts in the back. Super easy to do. Let me clean up some of this mess and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. So that's super easy install. I already got the body and everything back on. Wanted to mention something about the setting. So I took the front and rear diff out to see what was going on because there was definitely something keeping it from turning smooth. Here it seemed like the bolts were tightened down, like super tight on the diff case, like the diff sits down in the bracket. I call it like a diff case it sits down in. Well, anyhow, there's just 2 bolts on the end of it. The 2 bolts are super tight. As soon as I loosened them bolts up, it spun free, like it didn't catch. I just think it was over tight. Now the front one, I ended up having to take the bolts out and put a washer in between. So it didn't matter. It didn't matter how far I backed it out. It still wouldn't allow the wheels to spin free. So it's an easy fix. I'm not really complaining about it. I did test it out here in the shop, just around on the floor here. Definitely so much better. Way different. Like when I was running at the playground yesterday, it's nothing like that. It's way different. So smooth. I didn't try jumping it yet. I'm trying to make a day here this week. I want to do some running out here at the neighbor's property. So just bear with me, guys. I wanted to get this done. I'm going to be running the tan Honcho. We're going to test out the motor. I'm not going to run this one. And we'll see if that motor, I want to run it for a good bit, see if that motor gets hot. I want to find some hills to climb and just want to see how it performs and stuff like that. And I would like to see if it gets hot because someone said that their buddies, they put one in theirs and it got hot. And they ended up switching to a different system. I mean, it says it's recommended for 8 scale, and this is a 6 scale. So, I mean, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. I'm not going to get upset about it. I'll find something to put them in. That's not a big deal. I just truly love the system. I've had the 2-in-1 systems before, and I've had nothing but good luck with them. So, I'm hoping I have the same luck with these. So time will tell, guys. I hope you're all having a great day and staying safe. I know we got a winter weather advisory right now. It's been freezing rain all day. There's probably about an inch of ice out there. I actually thought about getting one of the cars out, but I don't know. We'll see. I might make another video today. If not today, definitely tomorrow. But I got some other stuff I could do around the shop here before I can play with RC cars. As much as I'd love to, guys, I'd love to sit and play with RC cars all day, but I can't. So hey, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for all you new subscribers. Truly appreciate it. And stay tuned, guys. I got a lot more I want to do here. Definitely, I want to do some more running. I want to test out more vehicles. I'd like to do more speed runs too if I can get another nice day. And definitely, I want to get more crawling in. I want to get back up that rock bed and do some crawling. So stay tuned, guys. Really appreciate all of you. Stay safe out there. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.